Again, this is the front page of the HuffPo. New Yorker said enough, so the police rioted. And this is written by a senior reporter at HuffPo, and he goes into it. It's really remarkable. Again, there are so many over-the-top stories of police brutality. You just can't believe it. So many. And so much so that Andrew Cuomo, the governor of New York, castigated the police and Mayor de Blasio for not doing... People were looting on Fifth Avenue. They're looting the rich parts of Manhattan while the cops are cracking heads of peaceful protesters. Why weren't the cops protecting the businesses? Why do I not see one video of cops smacking the heads of looters? Why do I never see that video? Every video is cops cracking the heads of peaceful protesters or journalists. So here's the...
or arresting the shopkeepers.
Or arresting the shopkeepers, which we'll show you. Here is So after Cuomo, rightly so, pointed out that the New York cops and de Blasio did not do their job, he came on and said
Governor of New York, Andrew Cuomo, as you know, yesterday lashed out at the police response, saying police essentially did not do their job on Monday night when there was widespread looting. He even talked about displacing the mayor and bringing in the National Guard. Is that necessary in your mind?
Absolutely not. I stated this yesterday that you'd have to come out and see what these men and women are doing. Don't ever call them ineffective. As a matter of fact, last night his office called and apologized to me. I know he called the commissioner directly to apologize that that's not what he meant, that he did not mean to put down the police officers. I'd hope he would come out publicly and say that again today during his press conference.
So these are police chiefs everywhere are having their heck of a job brownie moment. We all see, just like back during Hurricane Katrina, we saw that the federal government was messing that response up unbelievably. They didn't know what they were doing. Turns out they had put a guy in charge of FEMA that had no experience, didn't know what he was doing. His name was Brownie. And George Bush shows up in Louisiana and goes, hey, you're doing a heck of a job, Brownie. So that's what that's what this guy's doing. That's what this guy's doing. Cops are doing a great job. So they're just liars of the highest order. They're sociopaths. That guy's a sociopath. I don't care how many stars he puts on his collar or how many stars he puts on it. He's a criminal. And everybody who works in his organization are criminals. And by the way, not hyperbole. What he's doing is covering up for felonies and criminal cops. That makes him a criminal. And every other cop who covers up for other criminal cops makes them criminals. Yeah, basically I'm a bloodthirsty sociopath, and I couldn't be prouder of the work these police officers have done. When the New York PD was running protesters over, this guy wanted to give them a promotion for coming up with innovative weaponry. When this guy was taught about Kent State, he thought it was promotional material to become part of law enforcement. Oh, you get to kill college kids?
Because the men and women of this agency have done a remarkable job
of beating the shit out of defenseless, innocent protesters. They are doing a remarkable job. I'm going to guess this guy has a private position and a public position, just like his other buddies in government. Am I right?
In probably unprecedented times, and I couldn't be prouder of the work the men and women of this agency.
So they're just psychopaths. Do I need to show you video after video? I can show you videos of New York cops running over people with their police cruisers. And he couldn't be prouder. These people are bloodthirsty sociopaths. Again, not even hyperbole a little. What we are living in and witnessing every day on TV is the most violent policing in the history of policing. It's happening in the United States. They're all trained by the Israelis. They're all given warrior training, and that training is not to protect you. That training is to make the citizen a second-class citizen and the enemy, and the first-class citizen is the police, and their number one job is to make sure that they come home safe. You ever heard cops say that? My number one job is to make sure I come home safe at night. That's not what the cop's job is supposed to be. When a cop thinks like that, that's when you get all these kind of police brutality, because a cop is then saying, when he says it's my job to come home at night safe, that whatever I got to do to make that happen is going to happen. And if I got to kill you or run you over or crack your head, your life is secondary. My life is primary. And that's not what a cop is supposed to do. A cop is supposed to say, I am going to risk my life, put myself in between the bullet and you, Jimmy Dore, to save you. That's why I get a monopoly on violence. I get to carry a gun and I get qualified immunity. That's what a cop is supposed to do, but they don't do that anymore. And it's not like, hey, they just randomly pluck people out of society. People are drawn to policing who are violent, who are steroided up, who come from the battlefield and military, and they love that shit. And if you don't, and if you're a good person who actually thinks you can help your community with a gun on your hip, they will either weed you out, get rid of you, or you will succumb to their violent culture. That's why there's no good cops. Do you understand what I'm saying by that? It's not good cops or bad cops. It's a cop culture. And if you don't fit in that culture, you leave or they kill you. That's how cops work. That's why it's not good cops, bad cops. When I look at those police riots, where there'll be 50, 60, 70 cops swinging batons at anybody who moves, innocent shooting journalists in the face, there's no good cops there, not one. There's no cop trying to stop their buddies from being violent maniacs, because they all are. Hey, this is the part where I tell you where our live shows are, but there aren't any. And then I would tell you to go join our premium, but nobody has a fucking job. So why don't you just enjoy the video?